All right, let's talk about something that affects pretty much everyone, health benefits. For decades, the system in America has worked one way, and, well, it's starting to break. But now, a fundamental shift is happening. We're going to dig into why the old model is fading and what's really rising to take its place.
You know, the group health insurance system we all know wasn't some grand, brilliant design. It was basically an accident. Believe it or not, it started as a clever workaround for wage controls back during World War II. It worked for a while, but what started as a tool for stability eventually became this rigid, super expensive system that's just completely out of touch with today's mobile workforce. But then, in 2020, something really different finally showed up. So yeah, let's really dive into that first piece. How did this system that was supposed to provide stability end up becoming so inflexible?
The cracks in this old system, they're pretty obvious to anyone who's dealt with them. For employers, costs just keep climbing, way faster than wages. And those annual renewals, they're basically just exercises in damage control, trying to figure out how much more you have to pay. And for employees, it means getting stuck with these narrow networks where your doctor might not even be included. It's a static benefit for a workforce that is anything but static.
Okay, so you've got this broken system. All that pressure, all that frustration, it had to lead somewhere, right? Well, it did. It led to a really crucial innovation that finally emerged in 2020. This isn't just about tweaking the old model, this is about rewiring the entire thing from the ground up.
So what is it exactly? The official name is an Individual Coverage Health Reimbursement Arrangement, or for short, ICHRA. All that means is, instead of buying a plan for you, your employer gives you tax-free money to go buy your own health insurance. It completely flips the old model on its head.
And this quote right here, this is the most important idea to get. It's the absolute core of the shift. We're moving away from a world where your company buys one plan for everybody and into a world where your company helps fund your ability to choose for yourself. It's about empowerment.
So let's put these two side by side. The old way, the traditional group plan, meant the employer was just absorbing these wild, volatile cost increases every year for a one-size-fits-all plan. The new way, with ICHRA, the employer sets a predictable, defined budget. The employee gets to choose their own plan, and for the employer, the paperwork and compliance just got a whole lot simpler. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is this just an unregulated free-for-all? And the answer is no, not at all. This new model works because it's built on a really clear structure. Let's look at the 5 pillars of what we can call the choice and control framework. This framework is what makes the whole thing tick. First, employers get defined cost control. They set their budget, and that's it. Second, employees get real individual choice to pick a plan that actually fits their life and, includes their doctors. Third, this is all built on a solid regulatory structure, so there are rules ensuring fairness. Fourth, technology automates all the tedious stuff, the notices, the reporting. And fifth, and this is so crucial, you're not just left on your own. Employees get real human support to help them navigate all their choices.
Okay, but let's be real. No system is perfect, right? With any big change like this, you have to look at both sides of the coin. There are trade-offs, so let's be really clear about the benefits and the potential risks.
The benefits are pretty powerful. For companies, the big win is predictable costs. They finally get off that insane roller coaster of annual renewals. And for you, the employee, it's all about having a broader choice of plans and, get this, coverage that you can actually take with you if you switch jobs. It's a win-win for simplicity and control.
You know, this is such a powerful insight because it really flips the script on what we've all been taught to think of as safe. For years, the story has been that a group plan is the secure option. But the truth is, for a business, it creates a massive amount of financial risk and uncertainty year after year.
Which, of course, brings us to the most critical question. If this new model offers so much control and predictability, where's the catch? What's the one thing that could go wrong? What is the single biggest risk here?
And the answer is, it's not the model itself. The number one risk, by far, is just bad administration. If it's not run correctly, it can become an absolute nightmare of confusion for employees, missed legal notices for the company, and some really serious audit risks. The success of this whole thing hinges completely on getting the operational details right.
So where is all this headed? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the future. This shift in health benefits isn't just happening in a bubble. It's part of a much bigger trend we're seeing everywhere, a move toward individual empowerment and personalization across our entire economy. And honestly, this quote just perfectly captures the entire story we've walked through. We had a system that got so big, so rigid, that it started to break under its own weight.
And now, an innovation like ICHRA is stepping in to restore that balance, putting choice and control back where they belong.
Which leaves us with one last big question to think about. As we keep moving towards this future of defined contributions and individual choice, you have to wonder, is the whole era of one-size-fits-all benefits finally over? And what does that really mean for the future of work?